Welcome to the Mother's Day Knit Along with Lucky Violet Color Company. And me, Phil, and Barb, and Brenda, we're here today to get you started. Brenda's taken some awesome pictures of the mitts. I have a pair here for you to look at. Barb has a mitt that she tested. I have some suggestions of what you can do with leftover yarn. And I have an announcement at the end that I think you'll find pretty exciting. I was so excited to do this again with Jackie because her yarn is absolutely, without a doubt, the most gorgeous yarn I've used. The colors are wonderful, the yarn is gorgeous, and the packaging just makes me feel special. And we all want to feel special as moms, right, Barb?
Exactly.
So, is your family coming for Mother's Day?
No, not this year.
Oh, thank goodness, huh?
Yeah. That's a good thing. I love
Well, you know,
moving.
we don't have little kids anymore, so.
Exactly.
We will be back in just a minute, and I'm just going to give you an overview of the pattern this time. There's no instruction because the entire pattern has been released, and I had to get 2 mitts knit for the photography, the picture. My daughter's getting her nails done this afternoon at 2, so she's going to be my hand model when she gets back here, and she knows it, so she's okay with that. I will be looking at the posts a lot, and I think I'm pretty good about technical support. I mean,
Yes.
what do you think? So,
Yes.
Did you like knitting this, Barb?
I did. I did not have any problems once we got over a few glitches.
Yeah,
But other than that, it knits smooth, and I think you'll enjoy it.
All right, we'll be right back. Okay, so here is a pair of the Mother's Day mitts. There is a left and a right mitt, and they have a leaf pattern and an eyelet rib pattern. Barb has knit this, and did you block it, Barb?
No, this is unblocked.
So you can see that this is a different yarn, how it's going to look a little bit before it's blocked. I just steamed it lightly. I misted it with water, and I just steamed it lightly. On the other side of the mitt, there is a ribbing on the palm side, so you're not going to be catching any of these yarn overs while you're holding things. I try to make them practical as well. And the thumb is offset. Now what the difference is, I'm going to bring in another mitt here. This is a thumb that's coming directly out the side of the mitt. This is offset a little bit. So that's one difference between the two. These are the Cab Fair mitts. And I had this much yarn left over from knitting a pair. I have, I believe, 52 grams left, which is plenty to knit the Cab Fair mitts if you so desire. And then you'll be able to get 2 pairs out of this beautiful yarn. So the pattern is a little bit different because you're using 2 different stitches. Let me put this on and I can show you. So the pattern on the needles, each needle has 22 stitches, is this leaf pattern, which is a multiple of 26, and the eyelet rib, which is a pattern repeat of 6 rounds. So what happens is when you complete round 6 of this, you're going to reset your counter to 0. So you'll knit row 1 of this and round 1 of this. And it'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you'll be knitting round 7 of the Mother's Day, and you'll be back to round 1 on the eyelet rib. Round 8, you'll be knitting round 2. This will continue on all the way up And when you finish off the final leaf, you will be at 0 in the eyelet rib. They'll match up here. Then you do 4 more rounds of the eyelet rib and knitting across the top here. Did that make sense to you, Barb, when you were knitting it? How did you best navigate the two different patterns?
Well, I started off with 2 counters, but it got a lot simpler for me if I just wrote it down. Now, a lot of people, you can deal with 2
that's
counters.
The repeat right there.
But that's what I did. But 2 counters works. It works well.
So you wrote numbers 1 through 26,
and then I went 1 through 6, and then when I got to round 7, I knew I was starting over again, 1 through 6, and I went 7 to 12, and then I went 1 through 6, and 13 to...
All right. Oh, that's okay. So whatever works for you.
Right.
It doesn't really matter, but whatever works to keep you on track with this. So once you got into the flow of it, though, yeah,
it flows really well, and once you get going, you kind of know where you are number-wise, especially with the 1 through 6. When you get to 1 through 3, you're doing something different. And
on
then
the eyelet rib.
Yes, on the eyelet rib, and then 4 through 6, you've got 3 rounds of just the knit 3, purl 2. And it kind of becomes rhythmatic to you so that you know where you are. I don't think you'll get lost, in any of the knitting.
Another thing, I rounds up on the Mother's Day pattern, rounds 1 through 4 are the same as rounds 5 through 8, and they are the same as rounds 9 through 12. So there's that repetition. I did write it all out for you, and it is charted out for you as well to make it a little bit easier. Here you can see these are slip 1, knit 2 together, pass, slip, stitch over. And I'm going to flip my hand over and show you the back of the mitt on my hand, and you can see the ribbing in the palm. Now once you set up for this, you're just repeating the same section over and over. Yeah, this is very easy. Now to get there, we have to center the pattern across the top of the hand. So I have you knit 13 stitches on needle 1, and then you replace your beginning of round marker. How did that work for you, Barb?
That worked well. So, once you got your needles all set up, you were good to go. Everything just kind of flowed really easy.
So down here, you'll have 22 stitches on each needle. Up here, this one will have 33 stitches on it. That because you can't really divide this. It just doesn't work.
Right.
And then the other side will have 16 and 17, or if you're using 2 circulars, that'll be easy too. And then the thumb is put in there. So at this point, you don't have to count this.
No.
You just have to,
This becomes rhythmatic.
Correct. Just knit the knits and purl the pearls. And there's a little bit of space here, and then you start your gusset for your thumb, which is make one right and make one left. And those are always done on odd numbered rounds.
And
so
you'll
if
pick that up right away.
So if you're on an odd number round here, you're going to be on putting the make ones in here.
Increase, right.
And once that's done, you do your backwards loop cast on, and then just continue on up. I did some little bit of garter stitch at the top, and I did it rather firmly, and in the pattern I said to cast off firmly, trying to avoid it flaring out too much. So I was really happy with that. Once that's done, you go back, pick up your stitches, knit the thumb. It just has a little bit of garter stitch at the edge to match that. Show us your thumb, Barb.
Oh, I was really excited. The stitching turned out really well. Those make ones are awesome.
And it has a little decorative. It has a lot decorative appeal too.
And
So
it just lays right in there. So I was real pleased with that.
I think you'll be really happy with them. They don't take that long to knit. It's not something you're going to want to do when you're watching a mystery, suspense, or thriller on TV, but they're very workable. And what did you like best about them, Barb?
I liked when we got up to the palm because I was only concerned about these 33 stitches.
Mm-hmm.
This was just kind of an afterthought, but all my concentration went here, and then once I got here, it was like whew, a little bit of a break.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good
right
point.
Back into the actual pattern.
Good point. Good point. Okay, so this is the yarn that's left over. And either you can use this to make a pair of the cab fair mitts and use all of your yarn, or you can order another hank of yarn and make another pair of the Mother's Day mitts or fingerless mitts. It's such pretty yarn. It's such pretty yarn. My favorite on my wish list is the turquoise. So, all right, so now I'm just going to have a little announcement here for you. This is the second time I've done the knit along with Jackie, and we have fun and got a little bit crazy at times, but it all worked out. Next one I'm going to be doing is for Halloween, and I already have my yarn. It is Hungry Ghost in the Glinda base. It has just the tiniest bit of sparkle, which you can't see, but is this not?
Really pretty.
You like
Really
that,
pretty.
huh?
I do. I love the colors.
Yeah, I do
Love the
too.
colors.
Oh man, I can't wait to start with this one. So this is going to be, this will be probably a sock. And I'm going to work on getting the pattern done over the summer. Look at that. Just gorgeous. It's been loved here in the studio. I haven't taken it out of the label yet, but it's, you can just see it's just gorgeous and just luscious. So watch for that. And if you have any questions, I'll be in the thread in Fleckenstein and Friends on Ravelry. So, Barb, what other comments do you have about the Mother's Day mitts? Did you?
I
Did you
enjoyed it.
have any? She helped me clarify some points.
I enjoyed it. I knit it in a day and a half, so it's doable. You can make a pair in a couple of days.
So yeah, so I'll get a text from Barb. Can you call me? Can you call me?
I just needed clarification.
So
that's all.
I go down to my computer and put my computer glasses on and sit there and we talk. And so she clarified some things, which I think was really helpful. So keep the Halloween knit along in mind. Enjoy this, and I can't wait to see your finished projects. And Barb and Brenda and I have a lot of fun doing these. So hopefully it's helped.